In this video we're going to take a look at the new features in Waltz 1.30. The first new feature I want to show is the changes we've made to costs. Prior to this release, costs were held in a sort of fairly basic structure. There was a limited set of cost types, infrastructure costs, app dev costs, etc. With this release we've introduced a more flexible way of representing those costs. So if we take a look at an application, we can see we can add new cost types. So here's a sample one, depreciation, which we've added for this particular app. These cost types of course ripple up to the groups. So if we look at a group level, well, this works for obviously org units, people, etc. We can see we've got a new chart here, which is showing us the top 15, I think, costs for this group. We can change which cost we're looking at, so we switch to the new depreciation one, for example. See the chart reorders itself and shows you the top costs there. Click on these to navigate off to the application if you wish. We also have this section here which is giving us the headline stats. So this is for the total group, so this is saying for 39 apps this is the total, and it's also letting us know that actually there's some apps in this group, in the COO office group, which don't have associated costs. If you want to see those costs in more detail, we can obviously, as before, show all the costs, and from here we can export out to Excel. The second feature I'd like to show, although it hasn't a set of changes, is around report grids. That was a concept we added 1 or 2 releases ago. We've enhanced them for this release. So we go down to the report grid section. It's already open with a sample report. We can see that we've actually added in the cost information, and we also support involvement, so we can add people. So in this grid here you can see we've added 4 different types of cost. The strength of the blue in the box is just indicating it's a scale, so the most expensive apps are the most blue, and the ones with the least amount of costs are lighter blue. If you scroll through you can sort of hopefully pick out which apps are more expensive. We've also got the people, as mentioned, the involvement, so we can say okay, we want to list all developers, project managers, QA people, whatever roles we have in Waltz. We can sort of say okay, I want to include these in the grid, and it converts them to a list if there's more than one person. So for example developers, quite often there's more than one. So here it's converted that to a list. The other feature I'd like to quickly point out on the grid is for assessments, which we've already been there, and for the measurable ratings, which are existing functionality. We've added this minor enhancement which says if there is a comment on those ratings, then we sort of show a little notch on the side of the rating cell, just to let us know that there is some comment there. So in this case the comments are all the same sample data, and these ones obviously have no comment since there's no little notch on the side. All these new features are available in the extract, so when we export the grid, we export this XLXX, open it up, and bring it over here so you can see it, and we can see this is the grid that we've exported. We can see here's the new values in there, so we've got the developers, and we have the ratings, and we've also got the cost information in that export. The final feature I'd like to show in Waltz 1.30 is the enhancements we've made to assessment ratings. So each application or the types of entity in Waltz can have assessments provided to them. If we look in here, we've got a new assessment rating section, so this one is showing which assessments are there. We can see which ones haven't been provided yet, so if we can edit them here, save an assessment, and we can also see some of them have got stars next to them. The stars indicate which ones you're interested in seeing up in the top corner. So if we say we're interested in records retention, sensitive data, and let's say we want sanctions apply, so let's give this one a value, and we'll say sanctions apply is one of our favourites. Then when we go to another application, so as soon as we start navigating around the system, we'll see those are the three that we see up here. Sensitive data is not being provided, and you can see it's read only. Click here and it jumps you straight into the section. That wraps things up. Thanks for watching all the new features in Waltz 1.30.